LX600 and your LX700 roof rack installation, you can go ahead and set everything out on the table and just put everything fingertip. Your sunroof load bar, which is this one right in front of the front fairing, it's a little bit thinner, and then there are no slots like this in the sunroof load bar. And then you'll have the sunroof load bar, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 more load bars. This is extra one, and then this is extra one as well. Then you'll have your rear fairing back here. That's clearance for your antenna in the back. And then you have a nut plate right there that holds together your two side pieces. And then you can go ahead and make sure these are all lined up, and then you can crank these down and then go ahead and put your weather stripping on the front fairing, and then push it all the way forward, because there's a little bit of adjustment in these are slotted, so you can push that forward. And then same as your rear fairing, push it forward, tighten it down, and you go ahead and put your logo badges on so it's easier to get to them when the roof rack is off. And then if you do have lights or grab handles, now would be the time to put them on as well. And for your roof rack feet installation, this is the driver's side. So I don't know what you'd call these, but they face toward the rear of the vehicle. So just make sure everything's level, because if it's the wrong side, it'll be slanted. But right now I'm working on the middle two. So as you can see, there's 2 holes right there, that one and that one, and then there's also 2 holes in this. What I was doing was lining them up with the holes like that, and then I was marking where it was with a dry erase on the side. You can kind of see that. And then I was taking them back off, and I was putting that foam right there to protect it. But then you'll have lefts and rights of these, and then you will use your 5/16 black, I don't know if they're gonna be black button heads, but they'll 5/16, and then clamp them down like that. Alright, I wanted to go over more of the roof rack feet installation. So again, you're going to start with the middle ones that have the 2 holes on the inside, and that's how you'll line up your middle ones. And again, so you'll starting at 1 with that little mark facing like toward the back of the vehicle. You'll have 1, 2, 3, and then 4. This is a load bar that has the feet on it, and then this one. So I measured from the middle of the inside slots, and those were that on this one. It'll probably be really similar on yours, probably fairly close, but I had it at 16 inches, and it will change a little bit because you know these are slotted, so you have room to move these back and forth if you need to. So I'd go like in the middle, in the middle as close as you can, and then measure from the middle of each slot. This one was 16 inches, and then same on the rear. So rear fairing, and then this has a roof rack foot on it, and then this one as well. So I measured from the inside of this one, and then the inside of this one, and I made sure these were both in the center of their slots, so that gives you some adjustability on your measurement. And then this was 14.5, so that's what I did on here. So I measured from the middle ones, which are stationary. These ones won't move, and then you'll adjust this one depending on your distance. So the inside of this slot, or not slot, this hole, and then this hole as well, was 14.5, and so say your measurement is slightly off by 1/4 inch or so. The slots in the roof rack give you that adjustability to be able to line up these holes. And then same with the front. I left this one here, so this one's not going to move either, and then I adjusted this one according to my measurement, which was 16 inches from the hole in the middle, and then this hole as well. I measured from the eyeball as close as I could with the tape measure, and then go ahead and crank them down, and then measure again, make sure they didn't move when you crank them down, and then I'd get them as tight as you can. All right, and then your feet are you're gonna take these nut plates and you're gonna put them under here. Your rack feet should line up with these holes, and you're gonna put your nut plate in here. And again, your nut plate does have some adjustability in there, so you don't have to stress about getting your measurement too perfect. But the more perfect your measurement is, the easier this installation will go. So again, this nut plate's gonna go under here, and then your roof rack's gonna sit on top of that, and then you'll put your 5/16 through there. All right, I just want to mention one more time and give you a quick walk around of the roof rack. This is how it's gonna be set up. Don't worry about this middle one. We added these because we're putting a Pelican box on. So you'll have this one will have the feet, and you'll have those 2 feet right here. Make sure you put your logo badges on ahead of time. You could tighten down your rear fairing. Same as the front fairing, you go ahead and tighten that down, make sure it's adjusted all the way in. Go ahead and put your weather stripping on and cut that to length. And then make sure you leave everything just finger tight. So everything's loose. You can go ahead and crank these ones down too. Make sure you seal up that gap right there. It's easier to do it off the car. And then you have a nut plate in there. There's that nut plate right there, and then that goes to those 2 bolts. That's pretty much everything. We're gonna go ahead and lift it on now. Usually takes a couple people. It's a lot easier. All right, now that you have your roof rack installed, and you had a couple hands to help you lift it up, make sure it's even on your side to side adjustment. You can tell by this rear fin right here, make sure it's even there, and then also this gap right here, and then you can pretty much just eyeball it. It's kind of hard to get a good point to measure from, but like your weather stripping should line up pretty good right here. And then I like to tighten down the rack feet first to prevent it from sliding back and forth when you go and tighten everything else down. And then just make sure you tighten everything down, and then bang on it a couple times, make sure you didn't miss any bolts or anything. And then I did want to go over, if you want, since you do have this strip of paint left right here from the fairing, if you're going to PPF, I would do that beforehand, or you could even wrap it black too, and it'll match pretty good. But make sure you PPF if you were planning on it to do it before this goes on. But I don't think it's too hard to pull the fairing off by itself, and then PPF. And then you can see sunroof load bar is right here. It's curved and it's a lot thinner than the rest of them. I think that's pretty much everything. I'll give you a little look of it as you guys see. So that small piece On the side it goes in the front. Logo badge in the back. Looks pretty good.